Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining me again. Getting back into the story, we was with Heckle and Jekyll. I think one of the first good things they did, because right when we hired them was right when we were going to Adepticon. So it was a good look that the store didn't burn down while they were in charge, because they were only there for like a week beforehand. So it kind of gave them a rundown on how to do things, and we let them go. We were gone for like 5 days. We came back, like I said, for the first couple of months they were doing good. And that's when I was point where I was took them both aside and told them, like, we're going to promote you to MITs, and I'm going to train you how to do this business. That way you can take over as managers when the time comes. And like I said, it was fine. They had smiles on their faces, but it's like after that, they both turned to shit. I mean, Jekyll mostly at first. Heckle took a while to really fall apart, but Jekyll just took like the duck to water. There was a lot of things that went on. We had a lot of tournaments for different games, because every time a game system popped up, we started trying doing tournaments for them. We opened up Discord channels for them. But Magic was the biggest one, because that was the only one that we had a tournament and trophy every single week. Every other game, at best, if it had multiple trophies, it would be a month or maybe several months before it got another trophy. Magic was every freaking week, and it was just frustrating because it was like the owner would complain about having to make the trophies, and it's like, bro, you're the one wanting to do them every week. It's like, how can you complain about it? Because again, he thought if he did the trophies every week, it would get everyone else to be like, oh no, screw our stores, we're just going to go to this place and that's it. And that wasn't the case. Over a year of him doing trophies every week, all it did was, flood the market with them. It made them less valuable. The other trophies you did once a month, 12 a year. This 52 a year. I mean, what the hell? There's no value in them. If you don't get it this week, hell, I'll go next week. Or I don't have to make it this week, because I can always go next week. Anyways, that aside, we had an issue with Heckle. And I didn't realize it at first, because, I'm a team player. I took his side automatically. But I got a message from him, because we had one customer. Nice guy, nothing against him. He had great kids, good gamers. But he always got handsy with everything. It's like he would go in and try to touch the computer and try to bring his own stuff in. And it's like, bro, man, come on. Would you go into any other freaking department store that wasn't self-service, where there was a cashier, and just start pushing their monitor? It's like, one, is disrespectful. Two, it ain't business. It ain't proper professional business. You're saying you have no respect. You're just going to do what you want here. And he kept carrying that attitude. And that's a problem with gamers. They're like groupies. They're like game store groupies. They want to hang on to the coattails and be a part of it all. And it's like, you can be a part of it all in the community, sure, but you can't be a part of it as an employee. Like, there were employees who wanted to help put away stock. It's like, no, you can't do that. If you trip and fall, lawsuit, We can't create this environment where people think they can come in and help. And I know that's the problem with game stores. They do that. They create this mentality where, oh yeah, come in, give us a hand of this and that. But it's like, that's why most of them that's pretty much all of them don't go anywhere, because they keep that laissez-faire freaking non-professional mentality, and it holds them down. From the get-go, I was trying to make sure that didn't creep up in here. I didn't want any of that, because I knew we were building something bigger than that. We were building something real. Anyways, going back to this kid, well, this customer and Jekyll got into it. And Jekyll sends me a message telling him, it's like, no, man, I did everything right. I was just trying to be calm, de-escalate the situation, and he made a big deal of it, and yada, 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 and it got out of hand. And then that's when I sent it to everyone. I talked to the owner. I'm like, I'm going to do it to everyone on our Discord and let them know this behavior is not going to happen. You will get banned if you disrespect. Because I forgot what he did, but he did something to disrespect Jekyll. And it's like, here I am. When it's on me, I'm getting Jekyll's back to make sure he isn't being disrespected. Because disrespect to me is disrespect to my team. I take it the same way. I ain't going to allow it. But the truth be told, later on, I find out through 3 different other independent people that Jekyll and this customer went back and forth, tit for tat, both escalating the situation. So it wasn't just one of them. It wasn't just the customer going after Jekyll. They were going after each other at a point. And Jekyll was making his own digs at this customer. But again, it frustrated me because he lied to me. And there wasn't any reason. There was a reason to. It probably would have ticked off. But still, it's like, why would you invite it? You should have let me. he told it to me to just, I mean, it was a lie, I guess, because he told it to me. He's the one who introduced it to me to tell his side of the story, so it was him just outright handing me a lie to protect himself. And I lost respect for him on that one, but I kept on going because, like I said, there was so much stuff happening. Tournaments kept, and with the Magic, the tournaments on those, we could only do this one computer that we had, like a MacBook or something like that, to run the Magic Commander tournaments, because it wasn't an official Magic the Gathering format, so they didn't have any kind of computer system for it. So all we had was this one broke system that would crash every week, and it's just like, I'm not a computer person. Owner knows it. So it's like didn't know how to do these fixes. It was out of my wheelhouse. And like I said, if the store was already built and established and that's the only job I had, that'd be a different story. But the fact that I was still running around putting all this stuff together, it's outrageous that he would just think that it's something that I should just handle that easily, when he couldn't either. Every time he came in there, he would be just as lost in the sauce with the computer system, being pissed off at as much as I would. And it would just take time figuring it out, resetting it over and over again before it would pop online. And it's like, it was irritating. Looking back, just disrespectful, the fact that he would expect me to be able to handle all that stuff when push came to shove and he had to handle it in turn. He didn't do any better, but he made allotments for himself. He made allotments for other employees, but not for me. And it just, like I said, and it was another example of that too, because around this time frame, he sent me a message or called me, one of the two, and he was like, I got a friend coming in trying to offload their Magic collection, take care of them. And I'm like, cool, roger that. I came in, brought in his Magic collection. I went through it all. It took me some time, several hours, but I went through it all, came up with the number of $1,400 based on how we, the system he created to buy Magic cards in the secondary market. And when I talked to the owner about it afterwards, he lit me up again. He chewed my ass. He's like, how could you do that much money? It's like, I didn't authorize you to send them. I'm like, you just said to send me, you didn't give me any instructions. All you said was to get this guy's collection, and we were needing Magic cards, so I thought this was what we were needing. So I took everything that I could, and I followed his instructions. I only bought the things that were $5 and more. Anything that was $1 to $5, I didn't pay for, and the bulk that we had, I didn't pay for that either. That was all just included, and I didn't realize that at first because I wasn't planning on taking any of that. All I took aside were the cards, the $1,400 worth of cards that I wanted, and he left it all with me, and I didn't realize that till after he was walking out the door, and I'm like, okay. So, and like, I only gave him 10% less, and it wasn't cash either. It was store credit, and store credit is that's the one trick, because with store credit, like, if I gave him $1,400, that means if he's going to only buy stuff in our store, so the stuff that he buys is already saving us, because we buy it at a discount between 30 and 40%, say 35%. So knock off 35% of that $1,400, and that's what we actually gave him. Because he's just buying back product at this point, and that's what we paid for the product, 35% less roughly. So it's like, looking back again, it's like, why were you chewing my ass for that when you gave me no real instructions, and all I did was give someone you told me that was your friend 10% better than he would have got otherwise? It wasn't like I gave away the farm. Especially being store credit, it's like it was even substantially less than that. And plus, added the fact that I acquired the $1 to $5 cards and the bulk. So that more than made up for the 10%. And it was just like, it's looking back, it just feels like he was looking for reasons to just stab me whenever he could. Because it felt like maybe it was a way of keeping me down. I don't know. I can't understand it because I don't have all the answers in his head. But I know any way you look at it, it's fucked up. And that's how he treated me. But anyways, I'm going to cut off there. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day and you take care.